The next one, it is unstructured data. Unstructured data is data that does not follow any specific format. The structured data will follow the row and column format. In case of unstructured data, no specific format is preferred. It can be in a passage, or even it can be in a single sentence, or even a single word will be treated as the unstructured data. So row and column will be missed here, and it is very tough to retrieve the information, so that it is not identifiable structure. It has no identifiable structure. Similarly, it does not follow any template or rules, so that we call it as the unpredictable in nature. Most of the company use unstructured data format because the people in company used to communicate with the customer or with the seniors through mail. So any word document or the email messages and the customer feedback, for an example, we will be giving the rating for any product which we purchased, or any food product which we had in the hotels. So customer record will be the customer feedback, even it treated as a data. So that particular data feedback can be used to increase the productivity or used to do some analysis. According to me, good, the product rating can be mentioned as good. According to you, it is better. So good, better, everything will be considered as a data, as a feedback. Similarly, we have a audio file, video file, images, and email. So this type of data is considered in the unstructured format. So from word document or any email messages, immediately we cannot do, or we cannot come to the conclusions. We need to apply some technique or the concept, and conclude, or we come to know what information it's presented. Based on that information, how we can able to develop the product, or what content it coming to convey. So it is not easy, and similarly it is no it doesn't has any identifiable structures. Natural language is a third format. It's also one type of data, type one type of data which is also in the unstructured format. Whenever we talk about the natural language, we have natural language processing, which is one technique available in AI, in machine learning, which help us to enable the machine to recognize the character, word, and sentences, and from that we apply the meaning and identify what, understand what information it try to say. The natural language part is better in entity identification or entity recognition, even the topic recognition, in order to summarize any paragraph or any book material, and to classify the text available, what type of text it is, and even mainly preferred in the sentiment analysis. Once we talk about the natural language processing, we have n number of things to communicate. This is a basic one which we have in the natural language processing. Even it will be treated as the data analysis. And what is a process we have in the data science? The data science process is a powerful toolkit that helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge from the available data. As we have seen in the previous slide, the hidden data, hidden patent. So this is a hidden patent. From this, we try to find out what it is trying to project, what we can able to extract, what type of information we can able to extract. The same process is being identified. The data science is a powerful toolkit which help us to unlock the hidden knowledge from the available data. Similarly, the data science is also a systematic approach to extract the knowledge and the insight from the data. It is a structured framework that guide the data scientist through series of steps, from defining a problem to communicating actionable result to the stakeholders. So it's like a life cycle process. It starts from the problem statement, and it's in the communicating actionable result. This is an overall life cycle about your data science. The first and foremost is framing the problem. Next is to, based on the problem, try to collect the data. From the available data, collected data, try to explore the data analysis. And based on the EDA, based on the features we have, we try to incorporate any AI model or the machine learning model. And similarly, the next one is to deploy the model. And once the model is deployed, then we can communicate to the stakeholders. The stakeholder is satisfied, then the process comes to an end. So this is your data science process life cycle. We have 6 different phases. Starts from the problem statement, ends with the communicating result. If the stakeholder is not satisfied, again we go back to the problem statement. From the problem statement, every sequence of steps will be carried. As for the data science life cycle, the framing the problem is the first one. The process begins with a clear understanding of the problem. Once we understand what is the problem exists, then half of the solution is identified. Even in our research, we say that once the problem statement is clear, we know what we have to do and how the output will be, everything. So once the problem is identified properly and clearly, half of the work is getting over. The next one, which define the project objective and the goal. So we know what is the problem. So based on the problem statement, we find out what is the objective and goal of the problem. Next, data collection, which is a second phase. Once the problem is clearly defined, the next one, based on that problem statement, try to gather the data. The data can be gathered from different sources. Either we generate the data, or we download from the database, or we download from the net. So internal database is also one format of data which we can collect, or we directly get it from the public through an survey, or else we can download the data from the net. Data cleaning. Whatever data we collected can't be used directly for the process. The data is always messy with some error, missing value and inconsistency. So three important problem which we need to focus into the data. There may be an error in the data. For example, in case of the age column, if I mention X, which will not produce any meaning. So that the age always it has to be a numerical value, so that X has to be replaced. That X is a error data that has to be replaced. Missing value, for an example, the name of the person is missing, which is just a blank in the structured data. I can't do any process. Or the price for the particular product is empty, we can't know. So that the missing value has to be filled with some meaningful value. For that also we have some techniques. So the collected data is raw, which is always messy with the error, missing value and inconsistency, so that which has to be ignored. The data cleaning is nothing, removing unwanted and fill the value with the accurate data. So accurate data will produce the high accuracy output and complete for our analysis. The next one, it is the exploratory data analysis. EDA is the detective work of the data science. The most important phase in order to uncover the hidden pattern. And similarly, which include the summary statistic, visualization and interactive tool in order to gain deep understanding of what the data's characteristics and what relation there exist. This stage is very important for identifying the potential way for the further investigation, what type of algorithm model can be preferred. From EDA, we carry the next important part in the data analysis. The next one, it is a model building. The data scientists build a model that can predict the future or which will help the data to classify. Either the prediction or the classification is the most important target in the data science. This algorithm are based on the machine learning algorithm or the statistical techniques which already we covered. The choice of the model depends on the problem statement type. We can't fit all the model into the problem. Based on the problem and based on the nature of the data, what type of data we have, how many data we have, and what the data represent, everything based on the data characteristics and the problem statement, we prefer any of the selected model. We have a number of models. Based on this two part, we select any of the model. Once the model is chosen, it can be trained on the pre-prepared data to learn what is the pattern present in the things. So model building is the most important part in the data analysis. The data scientist will prefer the machine learning algorithm or the statistical technique. Depend on the data and the problem statement, we prefer the particular model. So once the model is selected, then we apply it on the trained one. Model deployment. Once the model is trained and validated, then we can test by involving the model into the production environment where it can be used to make any prediction or decision information. Communicating result is the last one. Once all the model is fit into the product, the final stage is to communicating the identification or the insights to the stakeholders, the one who is going to use or make use of the particular product. Finding an insight to the stakeholders. If the stakeholders are satisfied, then everything is done clearly and the problem will be released in the market. The goal is to ensure that the stakeholders understand the analysis, trust the conclusions which we have derived from the concept, and use the insights to make any decision in future. Similarly, this can be represented in the form of reports or in the presentation or in any visualization. Visualization can be done through visualization tools so that the customer will be satisfied or not satisfied. Depends on the result. It depends on the satisfaction level of the customer. Either we continue for the next one or we go back to the previous one. So this is up to the data science process. Thank you.